Wait a minute, stepdad, are you telling me you want me to give 10% of my income to charity as a financial success principle? That is exactly what I'm telling you. Stepson's court in Denver, Colorado asked if I could do a series of videos about money management. Well, this video is going to be about how to set a spending plan, which most people will call a budget. Now, court in Denver, let's get back to your question. Let me show you how you could create a spending plan or a monthly budget in 3 steps. The first step is estimate your monthly income and then calculate 10% of it. I've put this together with a scenario of a young adult man living with roommates, and he's got a job working 25 to 30 hours a week, getting paid 12 bucks an hour. We'll call him Javier. So Javier's got a job. He's working an average of 27 hours per week, and we'll use 4 weeks per month. $12 an hour times by 27 hours per week times by 4 weeks per month adds up to $1,300. Now, Javier is a little industrious, so he also mows lawns. He's got 3 lawn mowing jobs for 20 bucks a lawn every week. And that adds up to 20 times 3 times 4 is 240. So if we put that into our spending plan template, we get 1,300 bucks. It's really $1,296, but we're just going to round up, and $240 for mowing lawn. So he's got a total of $1,540 income expected. The next step is to calculate 10% of that. Well, that's easy. That's 1 decimal place over. It's 154 bucks. Now, why do you need the 10% calculation? What I'm showing you how to do is a 10-10-10-70 spending plan model. Watch, listen, follow through. If you're not yet in a position to do 10-10-10, then you can start at maybe 5-5-5-85 or 3-3-3-91. But the idea is to include in all of your spending plan a gift to charity, save 10% and invest 10%. Javier now has his income planned at $1,540. He's got $154 that go as 10% categories. First one we're going to do is charity. We put $154 in there. The next one we're going to do is savings. We put $154 in there, and we're going to invest $154. Here's the difference between the gross and the net. We got $1,540 as gross, but his income from his job will be less his withholdings. The government's going to require the employer to take out taxes, and if he has insurance through his employer, then that money will come out as well. So I'm using the multiplier of 75%. We'll say Javier gets 75% of his gross in his take-home pay. Well, that's $975. So what does that leave Javier with? He's got $975 plus his $240 from mowing lawns, which doesn't have the withholdings, to get $1,215. That's what we've got to put among the other categories. And we've done the 10% on the gross, so we do that times 3 and subtract that. That leaves $753. So he's got $753 left after the charity, the savings, and the investing. What are Javier's first priorities? What would be your first priorities? A place to live, probably. Javier is renting an apartment with roommates. His portion of that is $350. The good news is that includes his utilities. What's Javier's next most important thing to plan spending for? Well, he probably wants to eat some food. So we're going to put groceries at $170. Remember, he's just buying food for himself. What's the next most important thing? Well, the good news is Javier has a car and it's paid for, but he does have to pay for insurance. So we come over here and we add his insurance payment for a car is $85. But a car's not much good without gas, so he's also got to put a little gas in the tank, and that's going to be $90 there. So now we're down to $58. Well, most young men and just about everybody else in the world has a cell phone. We're going to put $35 to that. He's now down to $23 left over. Well, we won't get too picky, so we're going to put that in miscellaneous. And now he has planned his spending a total of $1,215 based on his anticipated income and following the 10-10-10-70 model. Does this make sense? I hope it does. Remember that $325 from his salary is not shown because it's withheld by the government for taxes and his employer for insurance, assuming he has those things. You can download this template at mystepdad.org/resources. I will put a link to that in the description. And don't forget to go to phantomjewelry.com I will put a link to that in the description. Court in Denver, this is one of the things, perhaps one of the most important things you can do, other than starting to create income. Otherwise, you don't need to know how to have a spending plan if you don't have any money to spend. Always remember, you can still figure out how to succeed as an adult man, even though your dad may not be in your daily life. And you do have a dad that loves you. And I will see you on the next video.